Well, we've had some heavy rain coming down across different areas of Northern California, and it isn't slowing down anytime soon. Some places have had light rain. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Lisa Gonzalez.
And I'm Cecil Hannibal. Rain totals have been stacking up throughout the afternoon and into the evening. This is a look at some of the issues the rain has created across Northern California. If you're taking a look at the rain coming down in Sacramento, Tehama County and Butte County, creating issues for those on the roads. From
Grass Valley to Wilton and even all the way up to the Donner Summit, our team is tracking those changing conditions for you on this KCRA 3 Weather Alert Day. But we begin with meteorologist Heather Waldman as she is timing out the rain across our region. Heather?
Yeah, and that atmospheric river, all of its moisture now parked pretty much right over Interstate 80. And that's where we're seeing the heaviest of the rain, especially around the Bay Area, downtown San Francisco and parts of Alameda County into the East Bay, now under flash flood warnings. Those areas have seen anywhere from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of rain over the last several hours. So flash flooding ongoing in those urban spots. This is what it looks like right now over Fairfield. Some soaking rain coming down into Solano County as well. So that drive along Interstate 80 is going to be slow going, whether it's just your evening commute or maybe you're headed out for the holiday week just a little bit early. You're going to follow that rain all the way up Interstate 80 to about 6,000 feet. That's where that rain changes to snow, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. But Highway 50 also very soggy with that moderate steady rainfall continuing. We are finally starting to see some of that light rain entering Stanislaus County. Still nothing much measurable around Modesto, but this whole line is going to drop to the south as we go through this evening. If you're in Sacramento County, plan on this heavy rain sticking around through 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. Areas farther to the south will hang on to that rain a bit longer once it does arrive. But anywhere shaded here in green, this is a flood advisory. Street flooding likely already occurring. We're going to be keeping an eye on some of the creeks around Sacramento County, and some other streams into the foothills may be rising quickly here over the next couple of hours as well. Futurecast shows, again, that heaviest batch of rain out of Sacramento by 8, 9 o'clock this evening, moving into the San Joaquin Valley, but still ongoing into the foothills. There is better news as we get into Saturday. There may be a couple of showers in the morning, but the afternoon is going to be trending drier. So the ground very wet. The weekend forecast is starting to look better. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, yeah, it's just kind of a soppy mess out there. That rain has been coming down strong in parts of the valley, and one of the areas seeing some of that impact is Rio Linda.
That's where KCRA 3's Maricela de la Cruz has been today. She's on Elkhorn Boulevard and Dry Creek Road. What are the conditions like right now?
Yeah, well, that rain has been steady, and Sacramento County officials tell me that they are focusing in 3 different areas, Point Pleasant, Wilton, and here in Rio Linda, where, again, that rain has been coming down steady throughout the day. And they say that they're watching out, they're monitoring for localized street flooding and for ponding on the streets. And as we can see here, this is a drainage ditch. Water levels have been rising. It's been a steady rain throughout the entire day. So obviously that could eventually just go onto the street. And that's what, again, Sacramento County officials say that they are watching out for. They just want to make sure that drivers out here are safe. At this time, they tell me, though, that they are confident that they won't be having any problems due to the need for rain out here, although that may be a different story for some homeowners. We heard from a woman who stopped at one of 3 sandbag locations around the county for her home. She was worried about those rising water levels in her property, so she just came out very last minute and started digging again for those sandbags and try to take to her property. But let's go ahead and hear from the Sacramento County spokesperson, Matt Robinson.
We expect that the ground should be able to soak up most of it. This is our first flush, and so we're looking at a situation where the ground is still dry and we'll be able to handle what's coming our way. What this does is actually takes our culverts and our areas where we were supposed to have the water go and flush it out.
And we also heard from the city of Sacramento. They tell us that the floodgates are in the north part of the city, and at this time they don't believe that they're going to be opening those anytime soon. But again, here in Rio Linda, these are the conditions. That's the drainage ditch, which we've seen throughout the day as we've been driving around the area. Just those water levels keep rising. For now, we are live. Maricela de la Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
We can see that ponding out there. Maricela, thank you. Well, all of this rain has led to very slick roads, which means we have seen spinouts and crashes that have led to road closures. On the left is a look at a jackknifed big rig along Highway 70 in Yuba County. On the right, a big rig crash along I-80 in Placer County that shut down the westbound lanes for a couple of hours this afternoon. California Highway Patrol is issuing this warning for drivers today.
Be patient, take it slow, and give a good following distance behind the other vehicles. The roadways are very slick.
And KCRA 3's Leanne Denyer has been tracking conditions along I-80 today. Joins us live from Live Tracker 3. So Leanne, where are you exactly and what are you seeing?
Yeah, we're just approaching the summit right now, and I want to take you outside. Live Tracker 3, of course, able to show you what we're seeing on the roadways. And I will tell you, while we do have some snow coming down right now, it's not really sticking too much. And it's been really interesting to watch because the snow really is coming down between Soda Springs and the summit. Below Soda Springs, we really were just seeing a lot of rain and a lot of slushy conditions. I do want to pull up some video from earlier today so that you can take a peek at what we were seeing. Caltrans, though, all hands on deck today with this storm. So if you are planning on heading up or down Interstate 80 today, Caltrans is asking that you really understand this forecast, that you come prepared and consider if you can't possibly postpone your trip. Conditions have decreased throughout the day and they are expected to worsen, as Heather was just talking about, as we get into tonight. So chain control went into effect about 2 hours ago, around 2 o'clock. Really, officials are asking everybody just to do their part today and throughout this entire system to stay safe and allow crews to do their work.
By doing their part, being prepared, slowing down, if they can help reduce that possibility of a spin out or a traffic collision, that allows our crews to focus on that main task, which will ultimately help prevent the highway from either being shutting down or having an extended traffic hold. We don't want that. We understand how important I-80 is for everyone.
All right, back out here live. Just to my right is Boreal. Just to give you a little context as to where we are right now, and pull up the road cameras just so you can see there's that nice coating of snow on the ground. But like I was mentioning, the snow itself hasn't really been too much of an issue at this point. We really did see a lot of rain as we were making our way up. Of course, as you would expect, Caltrans and the CHP working really closely together today, trying to keep the roads clear, trying to keep the highway open, and just asking everybody to come prepared and to be aware that things can change really quickly if you are going to be out on the roads. But that's what we're seeing here along Interstate 80. We'll send it on back to you.
All right, it was really cool to see that tire cam there. There are some chain controls in effect, but right there, obviously, they were doing good. All right, thank you so much, Leah. Now, the rain is a major issue that we're seeing in some parts of the valley right now. A changeover to snow has already started in the Sierra.
Let's check back in with our meteorologist, Heather Waldman. Heather, how heavy will that snow be tonight?
Well, overnight tonight, it will certainly be heavy enough for chain controls on 80 and 50 and 88, something we did not see when the snow came through Wednesday into Wednesday night. And there may be times after midnight tonight where the snow is heavy enough for potential closures at times. That's why we're stressing to people, if you're trying to go from the valley, say to Tahoe or maybe over to Reno, and you haven't left yet, I would wait until at least midday tomorrow at this point. You already saw the view there from Leanne's cameras. There is snow sticking to the roads. We do have chain controls from Kingvale up to Donner at this point. And that is likely to continue to be the case through tonight. This is what 80 looks like at Soda Springs. You heard Leanne mention that's kind of where the snow really starts to come down. The road mainly wet, but you can tell a little bit of slush is starting to build up there and just kind of a little bit of that wet snow, maybe a rain mix at this point. So here's what the radar looks like over the last hour. That snow level holding steady right around 6,000 feet. And I'll take you in a little closer. This is right around the Cisco Grove area. So that may be where it's a mix of rain and snow, but you go up to where Leanne was, that is where it is all just a wet snow. Meanwhile, on Highway 50, no chain controls yet. The snow level has yet to drop, but again, unlike what we saw on Wednesday night, there will be some slow going over Highway 50 tonight and into the day on Saturday. So during the daylight hours today, and it's that rain snow mix above 6,000 feet. It's doable. Leanne just showed us the roads. But once we get past sunset tonight, that snow is going to get heavy and quickly above 6,000 feet. So if you can't get up there this evening, I would wait until at least midday on Saturday. That's when things will improve. Sunday should be a much easier travel day, although a lot of those side streets likely to have some snow piles pretty high up on the sides of the roads. I'm going to show you what we're expecting snow-wise into this weekend. Tell you what, the ski resorts are going to love that. That's with the full forecast in a few minutes.
All right, we'll check back in with you then.